Hi, DLA students and hybrid students who want to watch this again. I want to spend some time talking about the poem by Emma Lazarus, The New Colossus. I know I've had you look through it before, but I want to make sure that you understand the pieces of it. And then later on in this video, I'm going to introduce you to your response, your formal response that goes with this poem, and I'll walk you through that. First of all, The New Colossus, as you know, was written by a poet named Emma Lazarus in the 1800s, and her poem is what we call a sonnet. It's got 14 lines. It has somewhat of a rhyme scheme. If you look at the end rhyme on several of the lines, you'll notice that there's a rhyming couplet pattern to some extent, not entirely. It's kind of a loose rhyme scheme. And then between these two lines right here where my cursor is, there's what we call the turn, and I'll talk about that in just a little bit. But we're going to start with the poem, The New Colossus. It starts out with two lines that are referencing that big statue from the New Colossus video that I had you watch, the Colossus of Rhodes. And so Emma Lazarus says, not like that, not like the Colossus of Rhodes, not like the brazen giant of Greek fame, with conquering limbs astride from land to land, not like that guy. The third line says, here on our sea-washed sunset gates shall stand a mighty woman, with torch whose flame is the imprisoned lightning, and her name, Mother of Exiles. There's a lot to unpack here, so let's first of all look at it. Not like the Greek Colossus of Rhodes that was brazen and conquering. Brazen means kind of in your face and mean and bullying. Here on our shores stands a mighty woman, mighty, like noble and strong. She's got a torch whose flame is imprisoned lightning. So that strength of her, of this country is being imprisoned like lightning in her torch, which I think is a pretty cool metaphor. Her name, that epithet that I asked you to talk about, is Mother of Exiles. And if you look at just the archetype over time of the mother archetype is nurturing and caring and welcoming, loving. And so the Statue of Liberty's nickname in this case is Mother of Exiles. Now, an exile is somebody who doesn't belong, somebody who's been tossed aside or tossed out, maybe of a country, maybe of a family, whatever it is. But exile doesn't mean the ones who belong. Let's say that. And so that name, Mother of Exiles, is really strong. That she is the nurturer of the unwanted, if that makes sense. From her beak in hand glows worldwide welcome. We've got alliteration happening here, worldwide welcome. And that's really symbolic still, I think, of how the world feels about the Statue of Liberty. The next piece is her mild eyes command the air-bridged harbor that Twin Cities frame. So she's commanding over New York Harbor, basically. Now, this is where that turn happens. This is where, like, the Statue of Liberty is talking to all of the world, and especially to like the old country, Europe in particular, and says, keep ancient lands, your storied pomp, like your snootiness and your rich people. Keep them, cries she with silent lips. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed, to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. Her beacon, her flame is like a lamp that welcomes that golden door that opens up to those who come here. She's not talking about give me your rich, give me your powerful. She's talking about give me your tired, your poor, your wretched refuse. Refuse is trash, by the way. You put it out on your end of your driveway every week. Send these tempest-tossed, meaning storm-tossed across the sea. Send these to me, and I will welcome them. Now, this is the poem that's etched at the bottom of the Statue of Liberty, which is kind of a big deal. Where we're going from here is the text of the New Colossus has shown up over the last several years, couple years in particular, and it's been in the news because of the immigration debate. And people have looked at the text of the New Colossus and asked themselves, does this still hold? And that is exactly what I want you to be working with. So I just went to the sheet with the response on it, and we're going to look at this for a minute. First of all, you've read the New Colossus. You've learned about Emma Lazarus and everything, and the Statue of Liberty. You've talked in your assignments about the American dream. So I think we're pretty well grounded in just our understanding of, kind of America as it's intended. So for this response, I've got 4 bullet points that you are going to be synthesizing information from. I want you to kind of blend them together. I don't want you to answer the 4 bullet points in your response like they're questions. They're just meant to be guiding thoughts and ideas. Do the words on the Statue of Liberty still represent America today? Why or why not? Why are liberty and freedom considered core American values? What changes have occurred since the poem was written that most affect your thinking? And last, do you think America is more or less united today than it was when the statue was erected? Again, you're not answering those 4 questions, but you are maybe jumping off one of them or maybe 2 of them to form your opinion and to create your response. So it's going to be 1.5 pages in length. It's going to use 12-point Times Roman, double spaced, the usual. I've added some helpful resources here for you just to read. If you want to ground yourself a little bit more in the history of the Colossus of Rhodes or the Statue of Liberty itself or Emma Lazarus as an author or U.S. immigration policy, I just threw a bunch of things together for you to be able to look at. The articles that I'm going to have you read, I want you to read all 4 of them. They're very short. They're all opinion pieces. So they're not meant to be by unbiased news articles by any means. But I've chosen a group of articles. Some are from more conservative sites. Some are from more liberal sites. Some are from, op-eds from major newspapers. And so I think it'll give you a wide range of opinions and a wide range of ideas concerning immigration policy and the New Colossus, and it'll help you kind of put your ideas together. The plan is to have this due on Tuesday, October 6th. And anyway, so I hope that helps, and I will talk with you all later. Thanks for listening.